Welcome to This Explainer, where we're going to uncover some incredibly deep, hidden truths about a deity you literally see in every single home, every temple, and every sacred ritual. I mean, imagine a cosmic force that serves as the ultimate messenger of the universe, a power that destroys, but only to liberate. Today, we're diving straight into the untold stories, the philosophical meanings, and the really epic conflicts surrounding Agni Dev, the Hindu god of fire. So let's just dive right into this powerful paradox. How did the universe's first flame, a god who carries the offerings of humans directly up to the heavens, become so terrified of his own actions that he actually fled from the world to hide inside a cold, dark stone? It's a fascinating mystery, and it perfectly blends ancient history, intense mythology, and some really profound spiritual philosophy. Section 1. The First God of Vedas. Now, to understand his eventual flight and this whole paradox, we first need to establish just how monumentally supreme he was in the ancient world. Check this out. There are over 200 staggering hymns dedicated solely to Agni in the Rig Veda. That is a massive number. It absolutely proves his unparalleled importance in Vedic times. You see, he wasn't just a god of the hearth. He was literally the lifeblood of the entire ancient spiritual economy. And what's really amazing to realize about this quote is that this isn't just any verse. This is the very first mantra of the world's oldest text, the Rig Veda. The opening words aren't dedicated to Shiva or Indra or Vishnu. They are dedicated to Agni, officially naming him the Pratham Dev, or the first deity. Section 2. Anatomy of Sacred Fire. Let's take a look at how this supreme power translates into the physical and symbolic form of the fire god, because it's super mysterious. Literally every single aspect of his complex anatomy is designed as a bridge between our mortal realm and the divine. He has two heads, right? One is specifically to pass immortal nectar to the gods, and the other is to feed the ancestors. He has 7 roaring tongues to consume offerings. And you can't forget his divine consort, goddess Swaha. Her presence is so essential that without her name, no offering is even complete. Together, they are the ultimate cosmic messenger, which brilliantly illustrates why he's famously called Tribhuv. He's a god who essentially experiences 3 distinct births, existing across all 3 realms at the exact same time. He's the terrifying lightning up in the sky, he's the life-giving solar heat in the air, and he's that vital, everyday spark created when humanity rubs 2 stones together here on Earth. Moving on to Section 3, Burning the Khandava Forest. Because even a god of 3 realms has his vulnerabilities. And this brings us to a huge, monumental conflict in the Mahabharata. Here's a really fascinating twist for you. Gods can actually fall ill too. So a king performed this relentless, continuous 12-year yagna, just pouring endless amounts of ghee and offerings into the fire. And Agni's digestion completely failed. His flames dimmed, his majestic color faded away, and this terrible case of cosmic indigestion threatened the balance of the entire universe. Because, think about it, without a strong Agni, no prayers could reach the heavens at all. So desperate for a cure, he goes to Lord Brahma, who tells the ailing fire god that the only way to heal is to basically consume the massive Khandava forests and everything in it. But there's a catch. The forest is protected by Indra, the king of gods, who literally summons rain to extinguish Agni 12 separate times. Completely exhausted, Agni approaches 2 humans resting by a river, Arjuna and Krishna, and begs them for help. To empower his new protectors, Agni calls on Varuna, the god of the ocean, to get them the right tools. And this is crazy, but by seeking help, Agni became the direct catalyst that armed the greatest heroes of the era. He facilitated the gifting of the legendary Khandava bow, that famous ape banner chariot, and the Sudarshana chakra. These are literally the exact weapons that would go on to shape the entire Mahabharata war. Armed with his new Khandava bow, Arjuna shot so many arrows into the sky that they formed a literal, waterproof roof over the forest. It blocked Indra's storms completely. Agni consumed the forest, completely curing his cosmic indigestion. And when the dust settled, Agni was restored, and he spared a demon architect named Mayasura. That same Mayasura went on to build the grand illusionary assembly of Indraprastha, the very palace that sowed the seeds for the Mahabharata war. Talk about a ripple effect, right? Section 4. Brigu's Curse and the Hiding. Now, let's transition to a much darker moment in the mythology, a time when Agni's unwavering dedication to the absolute truth became his ultimate undoing. So Sage Brigu leaves his pregnant wife Paloma under Agni's protection. But then, a vengeful demon shows up, demanding to know if this was the same woman who had once been promised to him. Now Agni is known as Jadaveda, the one who knows all. Because of this, he physically could not tell a lie. He confirmed her identity, and as a direct result, the demon abducted her. Now, the demon was ultimately destroyed by the intense aura of Paloma's unborn child, but Sage Brigu was absolutely furious. He told Agni that protecting the innocent was a much higher dharma than simply speaking facts, and he struck Agni with a devastating curse to become Sarva Bhakshi. This meant Agni was now doomed to consume absolutely everything, sacred and completely impure alike. This curse just shattered the fire god's pride. Crushed by the heavy shame of this curse, he began a desperate retreat. And this is a god running not from demons, but from himself. First, he hid inside the wood of trees, which, by the way, is why wood retains warmth. When he was found there, he fled into the ocean, making the waters boil. Finally, he sealed his essence deep inside cold, unfeeling flint stones, totally depriving the universe of light, heat, and the ability to perform vital sacrifices. So the universe is freezing, and the gods are literally starving without their messenger. Eventually, Lord Brahma tracks him down. Striking two flintstones together, Brahma brings a spark of Agni back into the world. And in this beautiful moment, Brahma reframes the curse. He explains to Agni that he doesn't just indiscriminately consume the impure, he completely purifies it. Passing through Agni makes everything sacred again. It wasn't a punishment at all. It was his highest cosmic duty. Which brings us to Section 5, the truth behind Agni Pariksha. This deep understanding of Agni as the ultimate protector and purifier changes everything about one of the most famous and frankly misunderstood events in the epic Ramayana. As you can see here, there is a very clear, distinct separation between the illusion that Ravana kidnapped and the real Matsasita, who was secretly being protected by the fire god all along. Because Agni knows all, he foresaw Ravana's arrival, so he hid the real Sita safely within his own fiery realm and left behind a Maya Sita, a perfect illusion, in her place. So when the Great War in Lanka finally ended, the famous Agni Pariksha, or trial by fire, occurred. But according to these ancient texts, this was not some harsh patriarchal test of a woman's purity like it's often framed. It was actually a highly coordinated divine exchange. Agni Dev was simply taking back the Maya Sita illusion and returning the real, completely untouched Mata Sita safely to Lord Ram. He saw the danger coming and acted as her ultimate guardian. Section 6. The ultimate purifier. Let's wrap up what this all means for us today beyond just the myths. Fire in Hindu mythology does not merely destroy. It's a really profound philosophical metaphor. It consumes in order to purify, to elevate, and ultimately to liberate. Just like gold has to be burned in a fire to become perfectly pure, Agni's flames represent the very real trials that cleanse the soul. As we conclude this explainer, I'd love for you to reflect on this timeless piece of wisdom. Take a look at the fires, the challenges, and the heavy struggles happening in your own life right now. Consider how the burning trials you face might not actually be there to destroy you. They might just be the exact catalyst you need for your own profound liberation and purification. Something to think about, right? Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the hidden truths of Agni Dev.